What's going on, everyone? Fearless Football Forecast here. It is week 7 of the NFL season, and we're bringing you our 3 best bets for the week. We do it every single week, and this week we're actually doing all player props. So just stay tuned. We got some juicy ones for you guys out there. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and here we go with our combined bet of the week, and then we will give each other our own bets of the week. But this is our combined one, and I'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, so our bet of the week is going to involve the big man on the screen. It's going to be Michael Mayer over 20.5 yards. And as I looked the line, it's getting bet this way. It just shifted to minus 135. So if you like this line, you should try and get it in as soon as possible. It might move up since people are betting it, it looks like. But I mean, he's finally gotten involved. We've all known the talent that he was coming out. He was the third or fourth pick in the second round. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world. Yes, they have a backup quarterback. We don't know if it's Aiden O'Connell or Brian Hoyer. Either one of those, I expect to be passing the ball a decent bit against the Bears. I think that the Raiders are going to be able to move the ball well against the Bears. And I think that Michael Mayer is going to eat up the middle of that field. I expect him to have at least a minimum 25 receiving yards. So I'm very happy with this bet.
Yeah, I absolutely love this bet too. That's why we picked it as our combined bet of the week. The Bears defense has just been so bad against the tight end position all year, even letting up 90 yards to an aging Logan Thomas. Michael Mayer, like you said, he's getting more involved. If either way, a backup quarterback's number one safety blanket is the tight end, I expect him to not only get this number, but blasted like 50, 60 yards,
Agreed.
maybe a touchdown. Right now, his touchdown odds are plus 450. I'm all over that this
Yeah,
weekend,
that's
depending
awesome.
on how the UFC goes. If I get some extra money, I am putting it on that. I will go next with my bet of the week. I am going with Marquise Hollywood Brown over 55.5 yards. Like I said, we're all doing player props this week. Hollywood Brown has actually been one of the sneaky players this year as far as his production goes. Last week, he had 11 targets, but only 4 receptions. Not that most of those targets were uncatchable, but it was just a fluke scenario where you get that many targets and you're not hauling them in. And he still ended up with around 40 yards. And the 2 games before that, he had 61 yards and 97 yards each went without that many targets. In this game against the Seahawks, who, by the way, have allowed so many receiving yards to the wide receiver position. The Seahawks, as good as they have been on the season in terms of their win-loss record, their corners, even with Witherspoon, who's a stud, have been letting up a lot of yards to wide receivers. So I expect Hollywood Brown to smash this, even if he doesn't get 11 targets, if he gets like 8 or 9. And the beauty with Hollywood Brown is only 1 target, 1 reception can mean that this over is going to hit because of his explosiveness. So I absolutely love this week.
Yeah, and even last week he had 2 bombs that were in total maybe 2 feet away from him having like over 120 some yards last week. Yeah, so then to jump into mine, I'm going to go with Mark Andrews over 52.5 receiving yards. I actually really like this one as well. My thing is, yes, the Lions are a solid team. Their defense has been good. I think that the Ravens are better than them, to be quite honest. I think that it's still going to be a close game, and Lamar is going to have to rely on his best players. Who's the best player on that offense other than Lamar? It's Mark Andrews. So with the tight end matchup being so good against a Lions team, that I really like to see that. And then Mark Andrews, right now he's on pace for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns over the course of the season. The guy's legit, second best tight end in the league. I'm very excited to see him. And again, this is one where I think that not only he'll hit the over, I think that he could have close to 100 yards, maybe even go over that mark, quite honestly.
Yeah, I love Andrews this week. I mean, the Ravens had their bounce back win after being upset by the Steelers last week against the Tennessee Titans. So their confidence should be high coming into this one. And I also love Ravens money line. And just telling you guys in general, if you combine our 3 player props, it ends up being plus 508. So you're getting fantastic value. So even if you don't have the type of money to actually bet on each one individually and you just want to, ride our picks and go for a long shot, that parlay is pretty valid. $20 could win you 100. go for it. And we will see you next week on our Best Bet show. This is my favorite show of the week. I love doing this. So we'll catch you there.